Hi everyone. I wanted to share something that happened in my business recently because I think many coaches and business owners will relate to it. A few weeks ago, I realized something wasn't quite right with my email system. Basically, some people actually messaged me on my private email saying that they're getting a message that the email they sent to me bounced back. Some emails weren't getting through, and I knew I needed to investigate it. But I kept putting it off, partly because I was busy, partly because I had other priorities, and partly because I had just a bit of fear that I won't be able to do it. And the issue involved DNS settings, MX records, email authentication, all sorts of technical things that felt outside of my comfort zone. See, I'm very good with website building from technical perspective, but when it comes to other very technical aspects, I don't feel comfortable doing them, especially if it deals with things like DNS settings. So instead of dealing with it, I focus on other things. I work on job applications, I created content, I did admin, I found plenty of other useful things to do. But the problem was still there. Eventually, I decided enough was enough. I sat down and started working through it with ChatGPT. Not because ChatGPT magically fixed it for me, but because it helped me break the problem down into manageable steps. One setting at a time, one check at a time, one decision at a time. And do you know what surprised me? The technical problem wasn't actually the hardest part. The hardest part was getting started. Because once I started, I discovered that I could understand it. And if there was something I didn't understand, then ChatGPT explained it to me. I had to push back a few times because it was leading in the wrong direction, but I have enough experience knowing where we need to look or what we need to do. But basically, we experience a kind of discussion between me and ChatGPT, exploring different venues, what could have gone wrong and what we need to fix it. So basically, using ChatGPT, I could follow the process, I could ask different questions, and eventually I could solve it. The whole experience reminded me of something I see all the time when working with coaches. Often the thing holding us back isn't the task itself. It's the story we've created about the task. We tell ourselves, I'm not technical. I don't know where to start. What if I break something? What if I can't do it? And because of that story, we postpone the very thing that could move our business forward. See, for me it was an email. I wasn't getting emails through to my mailbox, which meant that when people emailed me, whether it's a question or about the business, I wasn't getting any of this. And really, how many people will actually take the extra effort to message me privately or find another email and tell me that it didn't work? So obviously, I'm very grateful to those people who did, but we cannot count always on being able for others to tell us that something's wrong with our user journey when we are trying to make the business work. So for me, it was email. For some people, it's a website. For others, it's a lead magnet. For some others, it's creating content, launching an offer, or having a difficult conversation. The challenge is different, but the pattern is the same. So I'd like to leave you with one question. What is the thing you've been avoiding because you've convinced yourself it's too difficult? So I wanted to show you how I fixed my issue with emails. So generally I had two issues over past few weeks with emails. One was that I wasn't able to send emails to people, and this was because I had to authenticate myself. So a Google Workspace or Gmail, like the business Gmail that I'm using, they introduce additional checks and securities, and my email was treated as spam. It's only when I actually authenticated myself and I followed some wizard in Google Workspace to do so, and that was like a step-by-step process. Then I was able to send emails, but then I also realized that I'm not receiving any emails to my mailbox, and that was completely different issue, and that was something that I really struggled with starting because I wasn't confident I can solve it. But however, it turned out it was really easy to solve it once I knew what is actually happening. So I wanted to show you, based on Kajabi, how you can solve it. If you're using different platform, it's probably similar settings, so it might be in different place. But for this one, I will show you on Kajabi. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And you can see I'm inside settings in Kajabi. And like settings you can find on the left hand side at the bottom. And then you've got the payment settings, site settings, and account settings. And for sorting out email, this you will find within domain setting, which is maybe not that obvious, but this is linked to actually your domain address or URL or a website address, if you like. Right, so let's go here. And in the domain settings, you will find settings for connecting your URL to the website. So Kajabi provides hosting, and if you want your website be displayed on specific domain name like agadigital.co.uk, then that's where you go and you set it up. It's easy to follow steps. It's really quick, so you should be able to do it by yourself easily. However, the email settings, there is something about email here, but that's related to completely different stuff. It's when you want to set up email sending, like marketing emails from a specific email address. I didn't want to go with that. So actually finding the email settings when you're using like external email provider, you will find here in DNS settings. And in DNS settings, you've got different, again, different settings like a record, CNAME, MX record, TXT record, and a lot of this is done automatically for you, and for email, it wasn't. So when you connect your domain to Kajabi and you have an external email address, you also need to separately connect email. And what happened to me, I actually moved domains, and that I realized that at that point I have no emails anymore coming to my inbox. So that's how I knew that this is linked to each other. And all I had to do, you can see I've got my MX record here, and that was actually empty. And all you need to do is to go and add custom record. And so let me just go inside, add a record, add MX record, and then you will see name. This is basically agadigital.co.uk. That's the email address that I have for my main domain. So my email address is aga@agadigital.co.uk or info and that's the name. Then mail server for Google is this one, so that's basically what I put in here. And then priority is 1, 5, 10, and so on. But you don't need to know exactly what to put in here, because if you ask ChatGPT, it will tell you exactly what you need to enter here, and you just need to copy and paste. And once you've got all those MX records here, then you can verify if your email works. And then I went to Google Workspace, and I could see actually that email says that Kajabi wants to send the emails to that email. So that's basically telling Kajabi where to send emails to which mailbox, which is like on Google. And yeah, that was such an easy fix. Obviously, it took me like an hour exploring various things to get there. but yeah, the longest it took me actually to get started and to to find confidence in myself that I can do it. So just taking the first step, and then like exploring something, and then next step, it allowed me to fix the problem. So if you're looking for your next step, or if you are stuck on something, let's say on a website or landing pages, or you're stuck with what to do next with your business, how to set up a product, then I offer some free clarity calls. You can email me on info@agadigital.co.uk if you would like to book a free call. And if you are a good fit, then obviously I'll send you a link to book a call. So please do reach out, and I'll be happy to help you and take you on the journey, whether it's a bit more technical or whether it's more strategy, what you can do next with your business. And then I would love to talk to you.